my second story is a chapter out of Frog and Toad Are Friends. And as the title indicates, Frog and Toad are very good friends. And one day, Frog is not looking like he feels very well. So Toad says, "Frog, you're looking a little green today. Do you feel that?" And Frog said, "Toad, of course I'm green. I'm a frog." And Toad said, "No, Frog, you look even more green than you normally do. You don't look like you feel well." So he helped Frog get into bed, and he, brings him tea, magazines, and a little TV with some DVDs. He says,
Chicken soup?
Yeah, chicken soup. And Frog said, "Oh, Toad, why don't you tell me a story? I think that would make me feel better." And Toad said, okay, let me think of one. And so he thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks, and he can't think of a story to tell Frog. So he's like, "I know, I'm going to go outside and walk around on the porch for a little while, then I'll remember a story." So he goes out on the porch, and he walks back and forth, back and forth. And he still can't think of a story to tell Frog. So he's like, "I know, I'm going to stand on my head. That'll help me remember a story." So he stands on his head, and he stands on his head, and he stands on his head, and he still can't think of a story to tell Frog. So he's like, "I know, I'm going to pour water over my head. That'll totally help me remember a story to tell Frog." So he pours water over his head, and Frog says, "Toad, what are you doing? Why are you pouring water over your head?" And he said, "Oh, just a minute, just a minute. It's going to help me remember a story." But he pours many, many glasses of water over his head, and he still can't remember a story to tell Frog. So finally he said, "I know. I'm going to bang my head against the wall. That will help me think of a story to tell Frog." So he bangs his head against the wall as hard as he can, over and over and over, and he still can't think of a story to tell Frog. And that's when Frog decided that he felt a little bit better. So he got out of bed. He's like, "I'm feeling fine now. All's good." And Toad was very happy because he decided that he needed to get in bed. His head was hurting him badly. So he gets in bed, he puts his poor aching head back on the pillows, and Frog says, "Toad, do you want me to tell you a story? Would that make you feel better?" And Toad said, "Sure, if you can think of one." So Frog said, "Oh, I've got one." Okay, so once upon a time, there were two friends named Frog and Toad. And one day, Frog didn't feel very well. So he got in bed, and he asked Toad to tell him a story. But Toad couldn't remember a story to tell him. So he went out on the porch, and he walked back and forth, but he still couldn't remember a story. And then he stood on his head, and he still couldn't remember a story. And then he banged his head, he poured water over his head, and he still couldn't remember a story. And then he banged his head against the wall for some reason, and he still couldn't remember a story. And then Frog felt better and got up, and Toad felt worse and got in bed. And then Frog told him a story to make him feel better. The end. And so he said, "Toad, did that make you feel better? Did you like your story?" But Toad didn't answer because he'd fallen asleep. And that was just another silly chapter out of the friendship of Frog and Toad.